Okay, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. So, let me introduce ourselves. My name is Maria Vincentia Eka Melatsi. You can call me Ika, and I have a friend.
Yes, my name is Vincentia Devina. You can call me Tia.
Okay, so we are together to share with you all our research entitled Self-Regulated Learning in Butet Manurung's The Jungle School. Okay, so Miss Tia, what should we do to face educational problems during this pandemic? Are you bored?
Yes, I'm very bored, honestly, as a student
Yeah.
too.
So there are a lot of educational problems nowadays that we face, right?
Yes,
Yeah, as a teacher, because perhaps, as teachers, we should master the technology stuff like that, right? Do you agree,
yes,
Miss Tia?
of
Yes.
course.
Yeah. And what else, Miss Tia? What do you think?
Yes, we also have to adjust with the governmental policies.
Oh, yes, yes. Yeah, you're right. We have to adjust the governmental policies. And this one also, Miss Tia, the last, keeping up teachers' professionalism. Yeah, the word professionalism and extra. So I think we could face our educational problems during this pandemic with these answers. But Miss Tia, actually, I have a question. Then what about our education in some remote areas? Although we can master our, what is that, we can master technology, like we are so good at it, but what about if we have to teach in remote areas? Because they do not have
Oh,
internet connection, yes? And
yes,
then,
yes, right.
yeah, but I read some articles and then previous studies has had selected literary works where we learn from poetry, drama, and also prose. So by having some literary works, it can help our education also to be better. So yes, we propose an alternative way from a literary work entitled The Jungle School or Sekolah Rimba in Bahasa Indonesia by Butet Manurung. So it was written by Butet Manurung and the title is Sekolah Rimba. So this is the English version. Your left side or right side, Miss Tia?
Left side.
Yeah, the English version. Yes. What about
Okay.
the, what is it? The Indonesian version here?
It's on my right side, so Rimba.
Yes, yes. By the way, did you enjoy reading that?
Yes, it was really, really, really nice book. I highly recommend it to everyone.
Wow, cool. Really? Yeah. Why the jungle school? Is it so special? So, what
Yes.
is the difference? Okay, so Butet Manurung shared some good practices when teaching jungle children with suitable materials without leaving local wisdom. And it's good, it's recommended, yes, because we can find real practices in remote areas. So real practices from Butet Manurung. So it's here. It's so spatial. Yeah. And
Yes.
there are a lot of people or previous studies or previous research have what is that? Have analyzed the work.
Have been conducted on this book because it's that interesting. So we're going to share to you some of the previous studies that have been done previously. Okay, Miss Ika. Okay, so the
Yes.
first one is a study by Pamana in 2021. Here, the researcher discussed about how teachers should really pay attention to how important local wisdom is when creating studying the learning materials for the students. So in this book, it is perfectly portrayed by how Butet shared her teaching practices with us without leaving the values of the local wisdom. That's very interesting, right? And then
Yes.
we also have yes, we also have another study by Angi in 2020 where the researcher talked about the character building values in the educational context found in this book. And then a study by Payasa and Primayana was also done. And they talk about 10 out of the 18 character values proposed by our curriculum center. There were many of them, including social awareness, hard work, environmental awareness, and so on. And then the next study is by Anggraini in 2019. It was talking about the importance of preserving local wisdom in order to protect the natural resources in the jungle. And it's actually the main idea of this book. So it was very good. And then another study was by Lastari and Shoim in 2015. They talk about how the jungle school used anticipatory learning in order to their attempt to face the dynamics of the world, because the world keeps on changing and developing, right? So they have to be ready for that. And then lastly, we have a study by Saragi in 2015. It was also discussing about educational values.
Wow.
Those were the previous studies that have been conducted on this book, Miss Ika.
Yes, Estia. Wow, so a lot of studies have been
Yes.
done. Yeah, for analyzing this work, right? Butet Manurung's work. So it's so special. But Miss Tia, what about our research? Will it be different from them?
Yes, it's going to be very different.
Yeah, yes, because we are unique, right? Yeah. Well, previous
Yes.
studies put Manurung as a great teacher who teaches great values. This article or this research has jungle children on a stage. So not the teacher, but the student. Yes, they perform a self-regulated learning concept, which is beneficial for us since it is relatable with our today's situation for facing problems of education in some remote areas during pandemic. So self-regulated learning concept here can be the key or can be the answer, one of the answers for facing our problem, educational problem in pandemic situation. Yes, okay. So what is self-regulated learning actually? So we have three sections or three parts, big parts here. The first one is metacognitive. So Miss Tia, as a student back then, you were a student, right? Back then, did you
Yes, I was.
usually plan? Yes. Did you usually
Yes, yes.
set your goals or organize?
Yes,
Yes.
of course. Yes.
Did you have your self-monitoring session?
I think so.
Okay, and also to evaluate yourself also. So those, what is it? Those are the branches of metacognitive one. And we have motivation also here. Motivation, so when a student reports high self-efficacy, self-attributions, and also, what is that? He or she shows intrinsic task interest. So the last is behavior. I think it is also important for facing what is it, our situation now, because sometimes we have to, what is it, we have to be able to set or select environment and then structure it also. And because, you know, if it's too noisy, then we cannot learn. Am I right?
Yes, yes, that's right.
Yeah, so those are self-regulated learning. The, what is that? The most important one, a student knows that he or she has a goal and he or she tries to achieve that. He or she has strong motivation and he walks the talk. So not only setting the goal or what is it, showing the motivation, but also he or she does it. Okay. So let's jump to the, what is that, the content. So we will read for you guys. So Miss Tia and I will read for you some quotation taken from the work. So this one is the metacognitive part, the first part. The most annoying thing for me is the constant repetitive questioning when we are in the middle of working or when I compliment them on a correct answer. Jadi ini Ibu, berapa lama lagi akeh tokang baca? Yeah, what is that? I could do it well. Now then, Ibu, how much longer before I can read? A jungle child's question, how much longer before I can read, shows his goal that he really wants to be able to read, right? And he sets his goal for reading. Even jungle children try to reach higher level once they master certain level as portrayed in this quotation. Yeah, like this one also, the spirit to learn more, achieve more, and master more is demonstrated by some jungle children, not only reading and writing. They also ask Butet to teach them how to tell time, since they know that they have different concept of time from people outside the jungle. As you can see here, they also ask to be taught, right? They bring me calendars, okay? The red one, you can see the red one. They want to know what October means, or 1999, or 2000, or even Tuesday, yes. And at the last, I learned later that days and dates are important for them because they need to coordinate time with the outside world. So on page 118 for the English version. So this one is so important, right? They know the goal, they set the goal, but it's not only for reading and writing, but they also try to achieve higher level than that. So from those quotation, we know that the jungle children demonstrate that all are form of setting their goals. This action of setting the goals is a representative of the spirit for learning performed by the jungle children. So they have the spirit to learn a lot of things. Yes, other actions that represents metacognitive concept or self-regulated learning take place through their curiosity. So here, some children also organize their curiosity and become self-observer as seen in this quotation. Meeting is very observant. Curiously, watching my every movement. Yes, they constantly ask questions. Miss Tia, did you usually ask some questions in the class?
Yes, I ask a lot of questions.
So your metacognitive is well developed. Wow, cool. They
Okay,
ask,
that's good to hear.
yeah, trying this word and that, like a lot of questions. I think it's important for us, right? Sometimes you know, a student can be so passive, but well, if we want to set the goal, so yeah, just ask a lot of questions, try to know that what is it, the teacher or the lecturer really understands it or not, or they can transfer what is it, the knowledge for us as students. Yes. Okay. So next, they ask a lot of questions, trying this word and that. Yeah, that is the reason why Manurung develops her teaching method taken from the jungle children's question. So here, a teacher can develop his or her teaching method because of students' question also. Yeah. Next, how about their metacognitive also? They rarely respond yes when I ask them if they are tired of learning. So, are you tired? No, like rarely respond yes. Can you imagine that the situation, Miss Tia?
Yes, oh my God.
Happy, right? Like, are you
Yeah,
tired?
I'm very
No,
happy.
I want to study more. I want to achieve more. I want to master more. Yeah. They even request more work and compete among themselves. The red one. Often they learn from those who have already acquired the skill. So not only what is it? Not only being selfish, right? Yeah, it's not about being
Yes,
selfish. How to
they
collaborate.
help each other.
Yes. Do you agree, Miss Tia?
Yes, that's very good.
Okay, they also focus on comprehension. Okay, so once learners are aware of their need of learning, these can trigger our willingness to learn not only from a teacher, but also from our friends as students. Okay, so we move now to the second part, Motivation.
Yes, it's the motivation. This is very important. So, based on Zimmerman's theory, a student who has self-regulated learning will have self-efficacy, self-attributions, and intrinsic task interest, as mentioned by Ms. Ika previously. And in Manurung's work, what can be seen most is the student's intrinsic task interest. So as we can see here on the passage taken from the book, when I return to the back of the house, I see that the three Bapa are still outside reprimanding Gentar. Eventually, a decision is made. If Gentar does not agree to the engagement, if he insists on studying, then Gentar has to leave the jungle. And then next is Gentar decides to run away. Later this afternoon, he collects his possessions and moves in with Lincha and the others at the Dinding Besi. If Lincha is kicked out too, they resolve to run away together rather than give up reading and writing. Just from
Wow.
here, we see, right, Miss Ika, how they have that interest within them to study, and they're willing to do anything to be able to learn, even though having the like having to leave the jungle, and it's just amazing, right, Miss Ika? And
Yes.
then
Wow.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah, and it just shows that here the students learn, we learn because we want to achieve something, be it grades, a degree, or certain goals, or even just to understand the materials. And maybe in their case, they want to study because they want to live a better life, right? So yeah, from this work, we can learn that during the pandemic, it is important for us teachers to really help students to cultivate their learning motivation. That's it,
Yeah.
Jessica.
Thank you, Miss Tia. Yes, very good. Yeah, motivation is also important. Yes, very good. No matter
Yeah.
what obstacles that
Yes,
we
no
could
matter
face,
what.
but yeah, if we have strong motivation, we can face it.
Yes.
Yes, yes, thank you. So this one, different areas.
Oh, yeah. I love this one. I'm sorry. So
It's
yeah,
okay.
everyone is impatient to master their different areas, each in their own way. And then this one is the children are not happy to stop learning. They want to
Yes,
keep learning. Yeah. And they write me messages expressing their pleasure and their wish to continue learning.
yeah. So each
What is this
student
if
can
it's
have
not?
different. Yes, Miss
Yeah.
Tia.
Yeah. I mean, what are this? All of this shows just how big the motivation of the jungle children to learn, right?
Yes, yes, and also they have their own what it's jungle child has what is a different area, right? Very good. And
Yes.
they are not happy to stop. Oh my God, can you imagine that?
Yes.
Yeah, until 2 o'clock
Yeah.
in the morning. Wow. Wish to continue learning. So cool, right, Miss Tia? Yes. What about the last? The last is one is the third one. This one is behavior one. So as I told you before, as I mentioned before, that we have to be able to set up the environment where we learn. If it's too noisy, then we have to move. If it's not so comfortable enough for us to learn, so yeah, go and then find the right place, the right situation, right friends, to what is that? To create good environment for us to learn. So here, as you can see, we have a lot of quotations here. So for example, on page 84, we would like you to be our teacher if you come to the jungle. Can you imagine a student say to the teacher, you have to come to the jungle, then I want to learn. If you do not want to come to the jungle, I do not want to learn. Like that. Wow, cool, right? Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Like on page 85 also, they prefer riding here instead of their camp for fear of being discovered by their parents, because their parents do not agree. What is that? If what is the jungle children have to, yeah, have to have the education. So yeah, they leave the camp and find the right place. Yes, like here, they could come and go as they please. Yes. So whenever they are happy to learn, they can come. If they feel that, oh, I need to take a rest, so they could go. They can go also. They do not want to be in the same study group, so choosing the right friends also. So that is why sometimes I just give the freedom. If you want to be together with your friends, okay. Yeah. And then the last is this one, right? We sit out on the top of a pile of the wood while Mitty sits on the bicycle writing in his notebook. So yeah, comfortable place. Uh, but the most important one, we enjoy it. Okay, that is the last part, Miss Tia. So we come to the results. Yes. What about self-regulated learning? Does it lead to the good result or bad one? So let's see. Here, some younger children could write and read. Yes, but more, they have reached higher level or higher goal. So they the ability to write and also to read can protect the jungle, prevent theft from the rainforest because they could write it down, the thieves' names and other details, right? And also they have their their intrinsic will to ask for some material support because they want to protect the place where they live. Oh my God. So not only writing and reading, but higher goal. Like um, what's for if we are able to read and write, but without helping others, without, yeah, I think it will be so useless for us, right? Yes. So the last, do you want to read, Miss Tia? Quickly the last.
Okay. Our ability to set our own goal, assess our progress of learning, do our best to achieve our goal, including creating good environment for learning, is needed. A great learning
Yes,
process cannot only have a great teacher, it also requires a great learner too.
indeed. Not only a great
Yes.
teacher, but also a great learner too. Okay, so thank you very much, Miss Tia.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Tika.
and have a nice day, everyone. Thank you
Have
for
a
watching
nice
us. Yeah,
day.
love the literary book from Indonesia. Bye.
Yes, bye bye.